That's ongoing wings. There's a reason they picked it.
Could be a great disengage. We'll see if that's the case or not.
Better get ready.
We'll go ahead and throw it over to the action gentleman right now. It's LD and Mott on the floor. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thanks, guys, and well, LD,
That's
we
the
talked about it
spirit.
in game number 1. Wings are known to beat themselves.
Let's keep
Did
it
they
clean,
beat themselves
folks.
with the Centaur in this game?
I wouldn't give up on them just yet. This is not punch techies. Centaur does have a place in this game. Ben mentioned Stampede is good against Smoke Cloud. Now, granted, Stampede is a much longer cooldown than Smoke Cloud, so I don't think it's a hard counter by any means. Also, generally where Riki excels is the early laning stage. He wins the lanes, and that's before Centaur really brings much to the table. But if anyone can pick yet another unpicked hero and make it work, I think it would be Wings. So I favor DC's draft, but I personally think Wings have overall looked like the stronger team. So I wouldn't count them entirely out just yet.
Well, we'll have to see how this develops. I mean, the Centaur pick is certainly interesting. And
30 seconds to go.
He brings a lot to the table. Like you mentioned, the Stampede, obviously, one of the better ultimates of the game, especially with an Aghanim Scepter, if they can get to that point. But there's a lot of damage coming through from DC. Late game potential as well. We hop on the Invoker once more. He's done it before. Do it again. Misery behind enemy lines for the time being, and he's just putting that ward down up on the high ground. Got out that, of course, ancient stack. Anything up. Now, contention over the top rune spot, LD. It looks like...
And here we go.
DC thought about it, but now they're backing away.
Misery
take
dropped
that.
the sentry here, so he has blocked the spawn box now for that off-lane camp.
High
Generally,
hopes
we've
for this
seen
one.
more and more lately that the jungle players like to pressure their off-lane. As I say that, Misery is moving on towards mid. Wants to basically just follow Ice around here. Notice Ice already started with a smoke and a dust, as well as sentries. So this is the Riki hate parade. The Rubik and the right creeps, there is some kill potential, but this is a very elusive support nonetheless, and if Misery gets the boots, will be much harder to kill. So for now, just blocking the spawn, being a little annoying bastard, and not a whole lot that Ice can do about it. As Black was mentioning, generally why you don't see all too much jungle play versus Riki, especially not when you already know he's been picked.
It's not about just blocking the camp. It's also about stealing the experience, obviously, getting those last hits, being, like you said, pesky and annoying as hell for Ice. But down bottom, we'll keep eyes, of course, on Moo, on the Bat Rider, one of his favorite heroes. Currently sitting at one last hit. He starts with double Fairy Fire again that last game. Fairy Fire saved him a fair bit, and we'll see how it helps him this game. But this is a pretty interesting duel lane. It's going to be a Slark and Rubik, so not sure how much kill potential is actually in this lane. It looks like they're going to make it go.
Well, there is definitely some Clark, but he does take the pounce. Moo has the Fairy Fires. He may need to use them. No Firefly, though. He won't die, but I mean, Slark even 1v1 does okay against that Rider once he gets a couple of levels. And Rubik looking to secure his early game. Slark should have a good time, so it will be a relatively free farm Slark unless the Riki gets active. Speaking of it, he is now in the bottom lane. He blocked one more spawn camp on the Chen, then he moved away from that lane, and now they're looking to pressure the Rubik here.
The Innocence.
Rubik, he's very defenseless against Riki.
Cloak and Dagger is doing some serious work against Innocence right now. Just no real way of dealing with that right-click damage.
Chen has made his way top. No dire vision yet, but they see the creep now. So a Centaur to help the Centaur. Clean partnership here.
Death's bounty.
How active do you think both teams are going to be on the night? You talked about the Riki, obviously, and the Chen's moving up, but... away. Stop.
Top lane, though.
That's a first blood.
Zoxa, it's first blood.
That was my first conversion.
Getting the job done.
So much for diplomacy.
He's already taken the point of return, has the stout shield. He'll be looking to pull the wave. They want the Morphling to have to see us under tower where they can look to dive him a bit. He's striking the creeps away from it for now. But Morphling not the best deep pushing carry, so they may try to take this tier 1 early, and Zoxa now back in the lane. We're gonna leave Misery to hold this bot lane. Who will go home for the time being. Overall, looks decent for Wings here early, to be honest, Mont. They're getting their levels, they get the first blood. Well, I should say they're far among carries. Ice slightly under level, but Riki not getting all that much. Now he's catching up bottom at the expense of the Bat Rider. The Chen isn't really being shut down. Generally, Riki will just mirror his movements. That was not the case. So he's able to find an opening. Normally, the Morphling Oracle shouldn't die unless the Oracle gets caught. And if he just sits behind Resolution, the Morphling's very difficult to burst. So more about limiting the Morphling's farm. If you kill the support's just a bonus.
Right now, the Morphling is pretty much tied with the Slark down bottom as well.
They're moving on bottom. They found Innocence.
They're going to try to go for the skill. Good telekinesis now.
Strike him in the tower, but Shadow misses the pounce.
Three is going to just head back away. The Firefly to get the creep. Who will take some harass. The Fade Bolt as well, doing some damage. He's got, I think, no regen on that Bat Rider. I mean, some tangos coming out in the Fairy Fire, but again, not doing the greatest, and they're just trying to slow this Slark down. It's not happening at this point in time.
Playing Rubik versus Riki is not fun. Even without the boots, just the Oob, if he gets a boots advantage, you literally cannot leave your tower, or you will just either TP out or die. So you can see, for now, Innocent's hugging that tower. He's going to eat a tango momentarily, I imagine. Just playing very defensively. So this is kind of that unspoken effect. Like, Riki's not even there anymore, Misery. Securing the bottom bounty rune, he's going around a bit, but he's still effectively keeping pressure on the Rubik simply by being absent on the map.
Link doing a great job here. This Invoker, Weehaw. Quasi exort once more, but again, Timbersaw with 22 assets down bottom. Looks like they're setting up to make a go here. The Slark might be in trouble. Sticking the bombs, body block, smoke screen is going to go. Shadow will be able to walk out immediately.
That's a very difficult kill, even with a perfect cloud, until you have lasso. The thing is, what they do though, they're not really kill him, but while they're still waiting for their levels, Faith Beyond and Ice Ice strike again. They once more kill off Doxa, who keeps on getting caught. They are not keeping tabs on Ice Ice.
Sunstrike to go, and he just bounces around the side of it. He almost died there. That was so
really nice play by Misery. Body blocking, but also trying to prevent the pounce out.
Mid lane.
Very patient play as well. I mean, Ice Ice on the wing, so much for Riki. Catherine, the movement from a Chen, he hasn't seen him in 4 minutes. Ice just on a roll now. He even pumps the celebratory smoke. Misery.
Dire's mid tower is having technical difficulties.
Ashamed at his failure to shut down this early movement.
Wings are just moving so well right now. You can see it. They're shutting down Resolution, or at least trying to, at least keeping him hemmed under the tower at this point. They're not dying bottom. They're getting their farm for their Slark, and they're crushing into the mid lane as well.
And the lane he's pressuring is the Slark lane. This is a difficult kill even.
The Fable will come through.
I send you back to the promised land.
Still, they are able to find the pick up no problems there.
Meanwhile, Faith Beyond, he's closing in on Stampede. This is where Waynes can start making some cool plays elsewhere. They can play more aggressively with the Timbersaw. They have a get out of jail free card against Misery's movements every minute and a half. This is going to open things up a bit. Centaur, where this hero generally struggles is, as far as offlaners go, he has a harder time getting his farm, but because the Chen's pressure is left unchecked, he's gotten it. As I say that,
he gets stopped by Centaur Conqueror. They get all the double damage. Resolution to wait for him. Wait for the right quick damage. If they had stopped Resolution there, they might have been able to escape with a Stampede.
He could have just run away, but tries to go in with the double edge. Meanwhile, mid though, if they kill Weehaw, it's okay.
Repent.
There's going to be the Chakram, but still slowed down so much. They get off the button. It's not going to be enough. Soxa rotates in. Then is ready to go. Blink is going to town. Weehaw taking over Chakram. The Fate Edict will come out though, and that'll stop Blink's aggression as he backs away.
Now for any
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Stampede usage. Normally it's at least good to save a life. Mid lane though, Lane getting it caught, holding that perfectly on the cloud, and Misery. He's very tanky, but they do get the kill. Wings giving up a couple now. No sentries to detect this Riki's movements, and Timbersaw playing pretty far up considering that he doesn't have a ward right now. Actually, no wards on the map for Wings whatsoever. Really need vision against Riki, and also just in general at this stage of the game. That's when support.
Radiant's mid tower could use a
Wanted to
hand.
shut down that bottom lane. It obviously wasn't successful in doing so. Now he moves around the map, and now back to top lane as well. So Misery.
They know the Stampede's on cooldown, but I don't know if they can.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged
He's
up.
another hero here to be able to do the job. I think, like Sox what they had earlier, but seems like he will just back up and back away. Time being.
And good news for Wings, Ice Ice has had a really strong start to the game. He's got arcane boots, he already has headdress, so pretty fast mech timing likely in the making here.
Almost level 6 as well for the Chen.
I mean, in a game where it looked like Chen might have a very difficult time, he's had a great start. Core is still farming pretty well. There's a slight CS advantage for DC, but Waynes are moving top this time though. Ice Ice has been scouted.
Need 3 things.
That's very well to chill out and keep that for now.
Yeah, Ice Ice was ready to go again. Might see some action in top lane, but for now, it looks like everybody's just trying to watch each other, see what they're doing. And again, this is going to mean that
they're going to pincer him with Resolution, moving in now.
Smoke screen, that's exactly well.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
That's a great shot coming out. Down one Resolution. Falcon eats up as well as Innocent. gets away from him. Away from the He's got it. Missed the shot, but he's still in trouble. Now strength force coming through. The force that's not enough, LD. He might be able to get out here with shockwave.
They still
Hurts
get
you
him.
more than it hurts me.
One
The
thing
Dire
Centaur
best
does
do
give you
something
is
about that
heavy
bottom
hit-level
tower.
burst damage. The level 4 double edge, even against Morphling, even when he's fully strength morphed, he still can't make it out. And all the while, Shadow farming bottom lane. I'm not sure hero-wise that this matchup
Dire's
should
top
be working
tower.
well.
You know the drill.
Now that the Chen has started to get rolling, they can push towers, and the thing DC don't really have as much in the way of deep push.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
No deep push whatsoever. Morphling, if he waves in, lacks an escape mechanism.
No breaking through the
Quadra
Dire's
Sword and
structures
Boker
for
isn't very
now.
good at stalling
Dire's
pushes.
top
He's better
tower's
at
getting
split
beat
pushing.
down.
And Batrider is busy farming bottom, so Wings are looking to take a tower here. This is shaping up quite nicely, Mod. They now lead by 4,000
The Dire might
gold.
want to mine their
3,000
top
experience.
tower.
The Achilles attempt mid, perhaps momentarily.
Dire's top tower's gone.
They got to get something going soon because the Chen Wrecking Ball is already coming into form.
As you mentioned, his neck. Very good timing. He's going to have it soon. He already has 2 components of it, neck as well, or excuse me, buckler as well as the head just coming out. He just needs a couple more hundreds for that recipe. And
Dire's
the
top
of the
tower,
network is
you know the
dominated
drill.
by Wings. 3 of the top 4. Resolution needs a lot more time. Weehaw as well. They can come back into the game, especially if the Invoker gets that Midas. So he's still...
They could try and go and flank. We have one.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Not quite on the same page here, and they're not going to commit that.
Shot again. He's in so much trouble. The Phase Edict will do
Somebody's
nothing to keep him
cooking.
alive, and he will fall. The Phase will move. Moo comes in. Is in trouble.
That's 4
I don't think he can bring
rolls,
Phase
2
Beyond
down.
especially when there's that hand of God.
Dukin, and now they look for Weehaw. Pursuing the Invoker, chaining over him, and it's going to get range.
How about that?
The Sunstrike not going to matter. Resolution coming to the fight.
Resolution strength forming not going to be enough. Phase Beyond.
And they want to
They dusted him. They have nothing. Eyesight about to go down and will end up falling to misery. Getting the double kill with Chris and Trey is a lot. Actually, Blake strikes away and he will survive.
How did Misery live through that 30 HP? It almost was a team wipe. He saved the day a bit.
Dire's bottom
Still,
tower's
Morphling
getting the
comes to the
business.
fight. He's not farming. He then dies. Invoker dies, delays his Midas timing. Batrider
The Dire
dies,
best do
delaying his
something about
jump,
that
which
bottom
Moo
tower.
is not even going Blink Dagger, so no early initiation for DC. If he just tries to run into this, he's going to get caught out here. They can just stampede that hero away.
Shadow dance from Shadow, and he's going to try to chase him down, but Moo, again, not fast enough to go for Innocence or Shadow in that instance. His Tranquil Boot's not done, he's just purchased them now. But still, again, like you said, they flushed so much out of that last engagement. They died with just about every core hero. The only one that got gold, 1,600 for Misery. But how much is that actually going to help them? Sure, he could transition into a core, but at this point, it seems like Wings are dominating. They're going to just continue to roll with this mech that's coming soon
They're just
already.
gonna pull behind the Chen mech. To prevent it. No dark attack.
Coming out down the stampede away versus
He's so lasso, he's gonna drag it. Misery.
Exposed.
Now is why.
To the elements.
Raise the Riki down.
That's why they picked the Riki. That is
Dire's bottom tower's getting the
impactful play
business.
coming out from the Riki and the support to Fade Bolt, double shockwave.
Guess what's
Not
happening
even
to
needed.
Dire's bottom
We actually
tower?
wait to pick the roof.
Them
but
Dire
from the way
buildings are
Wyatt
tough as
played,
nails
It
for
feels
now.
like he might be a Riki in terms of his impact now. Almost level 8 at this stage of the game. DC, probably
Dire's
one of their
mid
best
tower
people
won't
still
last much
after
longer.
the Firefly. He's
Radiant's
actually the
top
most
tower is
potent.
taking
It's a
hits.
mischance to generally discourage opponents from going in, but when he dies,
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Top already has the Shadow Blade with towers down. Bottom tower is below half HP. The top tower fully caved in. This is where Slark can start to take over, and especially when he's got a Centaur to back him up. Speaking of Faith Beyond, now the Blink Dagger. Burst damage is pretty enormous.
DC, you look at Resolution, he just has a Ring of Health right now. The Blink in the mid lane, he's getting struck by Misery again, but I still damage at the Blink. Still not his two shock from See you later, Weehaw. He's going for it. Misery trying to come in and go to work on Faith Beyond, but it looks like it might be unsuccessful. Will do the damage.
Really nice trick to the trade there, dodging from the Centaurs, round 2 of Nuke Barrage, but still, Misery in danger. Slowly looking to enjoy this.
They need a little more. promise. Resolution was so low from those shockwaves, and a third one. Did that hit?
Somebody's on a roll.
Will go down. Flank gets the kill.
That was without Shadow. If Shadow's there, I think Wings gets 3-4 kills, but still, even when DC have a good fight mod, they lose both of their carries, the Morphling and the Invoker. They are slipping precariously far behind in net worth, and this is a lineup that needs to be split pushing with how the game has gone. That
Dyer's mid tower could use a little
Morphling
help.
that was constantly finding pickoffs, spreading the map, and slowing the game down. The Weehaw Invoker, Quantic Zord with the Midas
I wish I had this back at Dark Reef.
Dyer's mid tower's having technical
The
difficulties.
Centaur with the Blink. Gap closing on Wings is extremely high, so going off on your own is a dangerous play, and that's why we see DC instead smoking up 4 heroes moving down towards bottom. This is more missed farm time if they don't find a kill.
They have to get kills here, and more than one, and hopefully more than just Innocence. And I say just Innocence, but he's had so much of an impact this game on his room.
That's Sentries on Riki, that's it.
He stole more. He stole more. He's got strength more. Innocence 10 feet away, and now bringing him down is going to be.
They're going to overthrow this. Superstar coming in. They get that leaps out, gets away.
Oh, that Timberstar comes in. Timber Chain Chakram doing a lot of damage to both Soxa as well as Resolution. They'll have to back up. Here comes the stop on the two.
That's 4 in a row.
Link is going ham. Weehaw in the danger zone. He's going to die after the false promise. He lets the meatball go.
5 in a row.
Innocence never dies. He just
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
Somewhat hints to the game with the draft that Wings went for game number 2, but Wings
Dyer's
coming to
bottom
play.
tower got
Another
blown to bits.
unexpected pick, but this one with tons of thought
Guess
behind
what's
it.
happening to
And a
Dyer's
huge
bottom
impact.
tower?
The Centaur has
Dyer's
turned out
structure's
to be
looking
pretty effective,
fortified.
but really, the MVP has to be Ice on the 10. But he is 6-2 and 10.
Dyer's bottom
Versus
tower's
Origi.
getting the
He's been
business.
involved in 16 of 18 kills. He is taking towers. He is saving allies. He has shut down enemy cores.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower? Dyer gave up a bottom tower.
There's trouble when it comes to the upper bracket. Mike has dropped down to the lower bracket. A lot like Manila, of course. They need a lot more.
And this would be sweet revenge for Wings. Last time that these teams faced, they lost 2 best-of-3s in a row to DC.
Shadow looking to he's going to get bounced up.
6 in a row. How about that? Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Pretty much other side of the map. It's everything, including the jungle.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
Innocence is low attack speed. 1.5
Dyer's
seconds per
mid
attack for
tower's
the Ruby.
nothing now.
Very tanky.
1300 EP again. They were talking about
Dyer's mid tower won't last
Big
much longer. The Dyer went and fortified their structures.
And then the Morphling turns it Misery, ambushing with the cloud.
Dyer's mid tower's having
Picked up a
technical
hood.
difficulties.
Nice item to help encourage the 5-man and just keep heroes alive with a smoke cloud, but not end up working out here.
Missouri talking again. They have the Firefly up, and it's about to go down for Moo. He'll try to clear out the creep wave shadow still. He has that Shadow Blade and also picking up what seems to be an Echo Saber coming soon with that Oblivion Staff. He'll purchase it and have that fly out. Now they're looking to go again. Meanwhile, top lane, clear the creep wave and force Weehaw to keep away as well. That Midas is going to have to kick in. He'll have to stay alive to get that farm. Resolution, starting to catch up.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Yeah, but Morphling takes a long time to come online, especially when he doesn't really have the best heroes to enable him. Like, Oracle can help keep him
The
alive.
Dyer might want to mine their top tower.
Illusion spam and keep it like to move around the map and allow him to push more freely. And oh my god, Mod, he just stole smoke screen.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Devastating combo. DC now have to play extremely cautiously against this
Hope the
Rubik.
Dyer weren't partial to that mid tower. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
Just about everybody.
And Lakens will not protect you against the spells. Much like a disruptor, a great way to deal with
Dyer's top tower, you know the drill.
Resolution, if he gets the Lincoln Spear, which he's getting close to, will have the ultimate aura, but again, then he won't. He's still a little bit of ways away from the recipe, so there's a gank at the top lane. There's no vision, and Resolution just gets out in time.
They're ganking towers now.
Yeah.
Dyer's top tower's getting beat
coming
down.
at you, DC. You know we're coming.
Dyer's got
Top
one
of
less
DC
top
dares.
tower.
I don't think DC dares. Their lineup really wants to find pickoffs right now. They do not want to team fight. They are they try to split push, but it's risky against the lineup, as we talked about. And that was the Boots of Travel and Timbersaw, another tool for Wings to keep the lanes pushed out against them. Can't split push, and you have the worst 5-man. You're pretty much banking on
Camp he's used a little early, but they're they have the trade coming out a little early now. They reset the fight.
The Dire better do something about that bottom tower.
It's me. Trial
with
by
these
blade.
Wings, deathballing forward. Where's that deep push? Firefly laid down, but with the hoods already picked up, Wings are going to shrug it off. They almost take the alarm from the Satyr Tormentor. Chen Hand of God, mech available. It's up to Weeha to stall this thing, but you see, do manage to hold the high ground for now. That's the one hero who can clear the wave.
Now Resolution moving across the map. He'll try to split push. He's up to 1,700 gold. Courier looks like he does have that Lincoln Sphere recipe as well, but Wings will try to check off the next thing on their list. Maybe going for Rocher momentarily, or just backing up and farming. One of the two.
I really like the way Wings are itemizing now. The 4 staff for Ice Ice. This is
Radiant's top tower in bad shape.
Save a carry, and Wings are very spell reliant. Like Slark getting off his ultimate is extremely important until he has a BKB. Blink, going ham on Resolution.
Does replicate out. He does have a TP scroll as well if need be, but again, narrowly dodging that gank, and it just shows you that
And possible fate.
We're talking about they're just scared to move across the map and split push. They have to find kills, but it seems to almost be an impossibility at this point.
To be honest, it looks like he wants the Aghanim Scepter for Centaur.
Yeah.
Damage reduction is super game-changing if you use the spell correctly, especially versus Morphling. Generally, Morphling players nowadays go for shotgun. They try to burst someone down, but if you stampede mid-shotgun, that hero isn't going to take damage, and you're already super tanky. Blink not only has a hood, actually has a completed pipe now. With a Bloodstone, he becomes almost an unkillable mod.
Blink does walk around the Sentry Ward. They do know that he's there. They need more. Jump in, Blink flash out. Get himself away here.
Huge!
Comes through, hands got as well. Still healing up. Next going to be the suicide. Finally done.
It took everything. 4 heroes. You just Bloodstone denies anyway. Still a very nice pick, but DC showing that many top. Wings gonna look for Roche.
Valiant is up. That's innocent. And of course, Shadow. Plenty of damage as well, helping out. No, I mean DCM. They have to deal with Blink. Already respawned, 14-second respawn timer.
They have no lasso. Even with lasso, I'm not sure they would go into the whole thing. That's a 4v5. 5v5. They're going to be.
Roche is gone, courtesy of the Radiant.
Well,
Good luck.
Gonna be even harder. Man, it's Blink. He doesn't care that he just has 2 guys. He's completely fine with pressuring, and he seems to be the only one up to threat. Now that he joins his team, even more dangerous. Like you said, building that Aghanim Scepter Faith Beyond gets another component. They can wait until that finishes, or continue to try to pressure, try to find kills. Misery as well as Resolution top lane. My target is Blink is TP'd in.
The other thing they probably want to wait for if they can is the Chen Aghanim Scepter or a Blast. Just something additional to help sustain the push. Give them a little more survivability. I think the Ags is the better choice. Having plus HP from the Golem is more useful against what's primarily magic damage, but Wings moving in. Are they going to see Misery? They stampede forward. They want Clark stop, and he's likely dead. Now back.
7 in a row.
Adaptive strike against him. It's actually the long duration stun here, as he's got a lot of strength. This is extremely irritating now for Morphling.
Again, the only way DC get back into this game is he can find farm. He finally has a Blink Sphere, but he needs a lot more than that. Him being down to 40 seconds, he's not farming the map is still absolutely critical for Wings to take advantage of as well.
All right, they're going to go high ground now. Pipe is ready to go. Or if not go high ground, they're definitely going to chip and hold these lanes in, but pretty big window here. The age is still 3.5 minutes. Shadow 3,800 gold bank. Centaur closing in on the Ags. The Timbersaw 1,500 saved up. Chen with 2,800. Wings are trying to push with a lot of banked gold, but with the Aegis, with how strong their 5-man is, seem unafraid.
Shadow will back up for the time being. It looks like he has Shadow Dance ready. And he's just going to use that to get that full health for now. And they'll just keep the lanes pushed in, back to farming for themselves for a little bit, and then they could go. They have Pipe now ready to go, picked up, as well as the plate mail on top of that. The gem is coming out for the Chen, who already has had such a good game. He's got Force, Mech, and now a gem flying out as well. Ice.
They want resolution bottom. If they can hit a blink stop, they have a slight chance, I would say, but more heroes are coming in. Now they're going to have a good one.
He dies almost instantly. Nearly in time.
That stolen adaptive is consistent now. The grouping is so good at the point against Morphling because the Morphling's behind. There's the stolen adaptive.
Dire's tower's getting the
so many ways
business.
to break the Lincoln Spirit. The spell steal.
Can't do nothing about Dire's structures right now.
In a sense, once they get that initial jump, can keep him
The Dire best do something about that bottom
they
tower.
have an opportunity to go high ground boss. They waste no time in doing.
Gonna be enough.
You never felt my shit,
All the
did you?
gem there just gets blown up and now power play 5v3.
Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower. Dire's bottom rags ain't in a happy place. That's 4 in a row. 2 down. Rough day for Dire's bottom rags.
Resolution is respawn, but it looks like they're about to get racked LD.
Digital chaos.
Dire's bottom rags. The Dire's bottom rags got problems.
Another takedown for win. DC. They might have been laughing last game.
8 in a row.
But it's Wings getting the last lap now as they cross through. DC in the shadow of
A fond farewell to the Dire's bottom barracks.
Merciless Dota now and GC. DC last chance in the upper bracket. They will drop down, Mon. They will drop down.
Dire's mid tower 5 in a row.
A little bit more in that early stage of the game instead of going down to that bottom lane, but Ice obviously going top, finding kills, finding pickoff after pickoff, having that early mech, and yes, it's a struggle for